And now we got our review here. This is the second film I saw today. This one is much better. You can tell right off the bat, you can see the production quality is much better. It's not a cheaply made garbage film. I enjoyed watching it. It's kind of cheesy. It is a cheesy film. It's a cheesy teenager. You get it right off the bat with the computer texting. Oh, it's like a teenagers type flick movie, and it is. But I did enjoy it. I did enjoy watching it. I want to try to stop saying so much. I just realized I keep saying it. But that word too, the filler noise, right? Yeah, this movie, it's not bad. It is good. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy watching it. Some people I will say, will watch it, and they would have the opinion of, like, it's, it doesn't do anything new or exciting. There's this one downtime scene where our main character, obviously, like, she sees her ex-boyfriend, and they're talking, so he gets all upset about it, and and then the other guy, they're like getting close because he's like, hey, that dude who you liked, I guess you liked him, you're his friend, but like he basically bullies you softly. It's like you have a toxic friendship. And then we learn that she hooked up with him once, and so I guess that was the connection. That was what connected them that one time, and they stayed steady. But, like, yeah, still, like, how he mentioned, like, but he's, like, toxic and bad, and, like, I'm sorry, what's going on here with this scene? What is the catalyst? And then what else I was thinking? I was thinking something else in my head. I was thinking of something else in my head right now. Oh my God, what was I thinking of? I was thinking of something in my head. I can't even remember right now. I like the monster. I like the giant machine. That one actually, you see that one? It's like really big and bulky. It's like, I guess, the largest one actually that it made of itself, the monster that it makes for itself type thing, the motherboard. But and it does get to kill the dread stoner guy dude. It kills him. He works at the video store. That he's like, he's chill. The characters, they're like nice. They're like nice, the stoner people. But they're also kind of funny. I guess her boyfriend's a part of this collective group. So I'm guessing that's why she doesn't bother. I guess maybe that's partly why they broke up, perhaps. I want to say. Why she broke up with the boyfriend, the stoner boyfriend, whatever. Because, like, and the vibe just wasn't there. But, the funniest scene in that movie was probably the porta potty scene where they get in the porta potty. This is after that dude dies. And so I guess how else you gonna fight this fucking thing? So they get in the porta potty, and then it tips over, and they're going down. At first, the liquid isn't flowing. I thought that was funny, but I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, it'd be kind of gross. The liquid was flowing. But then, I guess, somewhere, maybe it was like, there's a cap that lodges it or something, because then all of a sudden, I think they hit a rock or whatever, and then the sludge starts flowing, and so of course it's just completely it's just gross and yucky, and you're like, you as the audience, you're like, ew, right? You're like, oh God, that's terrible, and that's gross, and it's flowing, it's flushing all over the place. But my goodness, was it funny? That was a really funny scene. That scene had me cracking up, it really did. And the porta potty's going down, and all that yuckiness is just slooging all over the place, and they're getting drenched in sludge and all this other nasty gucky garbage. And and in the scene, it looked like he was looking at her, Ziegler's character's eyes, and she says it in that one scene, the thing that we were saying in ourselves, right, in our heads, like, oh, they're gonna kiss. I think they're gonna kiss. And she says that, like, hey, back there when you were in the porta potty going down the mountain, like, I thought you were gonna kiss me. And then they kiss, and you're like, yes, that's awesome, because you can tell, like, I guess they're starting to get feelings for each other. I don't know, maybe she can tell, obviously you can tell that he likes her, right? You can obviously tell he likes her, and I don't really know if she's necessarily liking him. What's the trope called with the girl character? That, because, like, obviously you can tell that he likes you. What are you feeling at the moment? Maybe because the girl has options, because the Kid Leroy character, I didn't even recognize that this was Kid Leroy, but then again, I don't listen to much of his music. I'm not all that familiar with him. But yeah, apparently that one dude, that's Kid Leroy. And so, what do you call? Yeah, in that one scene where they're going down, it's like, yeah, they got a kiss maybe, right? But that was hilarious when they got, and then when they get out of the porta potty, he's got these shoes on. I forgot even what the name was, but he gets like all pissed. He starts getting pissed off about it. It's like, it's so random actually. He starts getting pissed off about his shoes, and he's like, why the fuck did I buy these shoes? And he's like, who the fuck even is this guy? And the one dude that's a stoner dude, he reminds me of a friend I have in real life. He's like, oh, that's a skater. That's a skater dude. And he's like, I don't even like skating. Fuck, why do I even buy these? And he takes his shoes off and throws them. I thought that was hilarious. And then when he throws them in the water, I thought maybe they're going to have an epiphany about water and electricity. And, like, if you hide in the water or something, the machines can't get you, is it? They can't cross the threshold. They can't get in the water. But it's not that. But what else in this film? I don't know what that aired. His name's something Dennison. And he was in that movie with Deadpool, actually. He was in a movie with Deadpool. He's a funny actor. I think he is from New Zealand, too, actually. Like, in real life, he is actually from New Zealand. But that kid, the character he played was hilarious. I liked his character. And he has, the more confidence, I guess, of the two friends. I like that he has, he has the little action figure, and he's like, no, I'm not going to walk in there with the action figure. And he's like, fuck that shit, man. You just gotta like what you like. You just have to be yourself. Fuck. My God, I'm trying to help you here. Go in, be you, and rock the show. And whatnot. But, what was I thinking of in my head at this moment? I like when the dude, he has the skates on, right? And he sees I don't know. I didn't get the picture at first because there's this downed basketball hoop thing. He sees it. And he's like, oh yeah. And his death is it was the only natural. That was a natural death actually. Maybe this is something this character would do in reality. And so he would die. He fell down, which is something that can happen. But he hit his head on the back and started bleeding from his head. Fucking. It's yeah, actually, people die like that. They fall, hit their head, and then boom, they're dead. And because he sees this pole, and he's like, oh, yeah, I can hit the pole, skate on it, do the trick, whatever it's called. And so he's like, hell yeah. And he jumps on it, hits his head. I thought that was hilarious, actually. That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. What the fuck? Yes, it was, so random. Maybe the actor didn't have much time to act in the film. And so they said, don't worry, about it. We'll shorten up the span of time for you to be in the movie. And he's like, all right, bet. And so, yeah, there we go. That settles the time, and it's over. And it started, and it ends as quick as it started, right? What else in this film that was good, that I enjoyed? I'm trying to think of at the moment. Oh my God, what I'm trying to think of. What else in this film? That I enjoyed. There was something. I like that they showed us actual porn in the film. When they loading up the girls, the porn image, you can already tell that it's a porn image, but it's the year, it's 1999, going to be year 2000, right? 2000. And so the images are slow to load. But then when they load a top part of her breast, and the guy's like, oh, dude, look at her big fucking areola. She's so mature. And that was cute to me. That was funny. And then, and then when he comes to his friend's house, and the mom is flirting with him, actually. And she's like, oh, man, you're going to leave me for someone way younger, and blah, blah, blah. And the friend, the Dennison's character looks towards him and says, hey, dude, stop flirting with my mom. Bruh, your mom was flirting with me. The fuck? Your mom was hitting up me, bruh. But that's the kind of, that's the joke with it, right? What else in this film that I liked? I did enjoy this film right off the bat. Because I guess maybe it's because I came from watching a shitty film. I came from watching a garbage movie. That I thought, and I actually thought it would be the opposite. I thought Y2K, maybe Y2K would be trash. And werewolves would be good. But no, it was complete opposite. I saw werewolves. And I was like, wow, this movie is terrible. This movie is actually garbage. This movie is junk. This is an Amazon Prime movie. This is a movie you find on Amazon Prime, cheaply made. And you're like, how? How the fuck did this, indie films are, they're hit or miss. You can always tell the quality, the camera quality. I don't know what it is about, movie magic. They're just, the way they're filmed, it feels different, right? You can see it's different. With these, And like there's some indie films that are filmed good, right? Like the Florida Project. I think it's called the Florida Project, something like that. Like that was a nice indie film, but this one, oh my god, it's painful to watch. It's honestly a little painful to watch sometimes when you take these bad film. But anyway, back to Y2K. I like when the porn comes on the computer when the computer's tied up and like his computer became sentient for some reason. For some reason, only his computer, right? Plot armor. And the virus comes on, and he's like, "Oh my god, I don't know how that got on there. It must have been a virus." And and the stoner guy is like, "Yeah, I have a lot of viruses like those on my computer too." Like obviously, kind of poking fun at him. Like, "Yeah, it's a virus. We'll go with that. Yeah, we'll go with that." And that joke, we'll go with that reason. It's a virus, right? Yeah, this movie was a nice watch, though. It was a good watch. I did enjoy it. And what else? Don't think I have really much to say about it. I like the score. The score has some nice songs. Like some of the songs, I'm like, yeah, I've heard that song before. That song sounds familiar. Fred Durst is in the movie. Today I learned that Fred Durst, I think he's Limp Bizkit, I want to say. I had no idea. I heard of, the name did sound familiar, but wasn't completely familiar. But then again, I'm not really familiar with Limp Bizkit as a whole. But yeah, apparently that's the story there with him and that shit is he's part of some collective called Limp Bizkit, and the girl, actually I was kind of digging the girl's vibe too, that she's like, you could tell like she looks like she could be queer, and she says in the film like, I'm not even sure if I really like guys, like, yeah, maybe you're queer, but I was kind of digging her vibe a bit, honestly, more so than Rachel Ziegler's vibe, honestly. And Rachel Ziegler in this film, like I remember in the Hunger Games, she looked, I don't know, she didn't seem so petite, but like in this film, and maybe that's just because everyone here does look quite young, actually. They do look quite young. But I think they are around, I think they're all adults, or like near, I don't want to say they're all probably adults, actually. But yeah, she's very, like, she looks so petite, actually, in this film. And I like the alien monster when he turns into like a humanoid figure on the screen. And I was thinking maybe they would have had a little more fun. But of course, like, when they do the little cameo at the end of the film, and they show us, like, his face on her iPod, it's like, yeah, of course he's not dead. Of course he's not dead. It's not over. Maybe it'd be a Y2K. Or, like, and the film be Y10, I guess? I don't know. 2010? That's 10 years from 2000 to 2010. And I feel like I'm a kid. I can sort of, kind of remember 2010. Not a lot, but like a little bit, I want to say. I have to get into like 2016. I have to get to the 2010s to really have the memory. It would be a little more fresh, but I could kind of remember 2010-ish. Now that I'm thinking about it, we're in 2024, about to be 2025, and it doesn't feel like it's too much time, does it? And I give it some thought. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this film was how do you call it? What's I gonna say? This one was definitely a better watch than the previous movie that I've seen. So Y2K, I did enjoy it. Thank you for listening to my review.